We return to the lowlands of the Quiche Kingdom, where the Maya tell their story. The seven macaw lay slain by the twin heroes, yet his spawn continue to loom on the surface of the world, wreaking the havoc that their father endorsed. One such child, the mountain mover, Zipacna, stayed within the lowlands. And the story begins there. Lounging on the riverbank, the great caiman watched as the 400 boys, a conglomeration of semi-divine figures, were establishing a dwelling to begin their production of alcohol. They had cut a great tree down for their hut and struggled to carry it, to which the great beast Zipacna, who could make the mountains move, wished to show his superiority to all of them, and offered his assistance. In his arrogance he lifted the great tree with little trouble, and carried it to where the boys wanted it to go, before making his way off into the wilderness again to bathe, and promising to return at the boys' request. Seeing this power, the 400 boys spoke amongst themselves and determined it was wise to kill such an arrogant and powerful beast. And thus, when the earth mover returned the next day, they told him to dig a hole deep into the earth as a mooring for another great pole. And once there, they threatened to crush him with a log. Unbeknownst to them, though, the beast was a fair bit wiser than they had assumed, and when they dropped the post into the pit, he feigned getting hit, while hiding in an adjoining tunnel. The 400 boys were satisfied with his assumed death, and ventured into their hut and drank until satisfied, and well and truly drunk. Drunk as they were, they could not feel the earth move, or see the looming shadows sitting in their firelight, and within their hut. And in a single brutal swing, said hut came tumbling down upon them, ending their lives and sealing their fates in the stars. As you see, the 400 boys are the Quiche reason behind the existence of the famous Pleiades star cluster. Now, with stars sitting in the sky and the sound of death fresh in the air, our heroes Xbilanque and Hanahpu make their entrance into the story. They were greatly struck by the demise of their fellow divines, and watched Zipacna as the mighty beast loomed on the river shores. And there in that stream they watched as bit by bit the monster ate and ate and ate every fish and every crab he could find, greedily consuming all that loomed in his river by day and moving mountains by night. So, Xbilanque and Hanahpu did as they did with the seven macaw, strategize. Beneath the mountain Mayan, they found a great round stone and adorned it with deep red bromeliads to symbolize its claws. A real Looney Tunes style setup, making a false crab to trick the crocodile. And then they planned to use it to their advantage. Seeing the starving great caiman, they approached, and knowing he was starved, led him to the canyon that adjoined the base of the mountain. Once there, they assured the beast that beneath the mountain a great crab had bothered them and surely it could cure his hunger. So Zipacna ventured under the mountain, once by crawling on his stomach, yet he could not get his teeth around the base of the false crab and thus had to crawl out. Then he was convinced to wriggle into the wedge on his back, and he did so, his body shuffling deep beneath the mountain till it sat on his chest alone. The immense weight of the mountain which he moved sat on him, and he found himself stuck. And as he reached, his tired jaws found his flesh turning to stone. And before long, he was one with the mountain. His life was ended, and as he claimed, he forged a mountain by himself. And so the two heroes slay yet another foe that magnified itself before the true gods of the world, not with brute force, but clever minds and quick wit. Thus only one remains, the earthquake, but that is a story for a different time. As always, thanks for watching.